Every now and then in life, something happens. You experience something and it lifts you out of the ordinary. It might be something mysterious, hidden in plain sight, a jewel in the folds of the mundane. Or it may be something that clearly has the built-up expectation of greatness. It's something that lifts your heart to your throat and you almost choke on it from the wow factor. While I appreciate the glories of the created world, like waterfalls and sunsets, for me it usually seems to be a feat of human talent or ingenuity that truly blows me away. Be it a piece of writing that drips with the divine, or a song sung so magnificently that you can hear the angels swooning, there are countless examples of human achievement that have the power to propel me to dizzying heights and knock me down in sheer amazement. While writing and singing are grand, it's the use of human physicality that gives me the strongest reaction of dropped chin awe. And so it should be no surprise that I want to spotlight for you a pair of dancers. There are dancers like Gene Kelly and Fred Astaire, undoubtedly great, who both give me so much joy. But the dancers I've got in mind offer something more than joy. Gene Kelly was my gateway, but these dancers reach a pinnacle that, to my great surprise, goes even beyond him. I'm speaking of the Nicholas brothers. Now, I first discovered them watching the Gene Kelly film The Pirate during the dazzling show-stopping Be a Clown musical centerpiece of the film. Gene Kelly begins the song and dance routine magnificently as expected. What I wasn't expecting at this point of the routine was Gene suddenly pausing in a pose, legs apart, and another man sliding through his legs, coming up in a seamless motion into the same pose as Gene, immediately followed by another who slides through the legs of both and immediately flies up into the same pose as the others. This duo, known as the Nicholas brothers, then proceed to continue the dance alongside Gene, matching him step for step and complementing him, creating a perfect trinity of motion. Something about these brothers made me unable to take my eyes off them, even though Gene Kelly was in the middle of both. Their sheer athleticism and talent so moved me in my bones that I couldn't stop watching them. Their amazing complementarity with each other was part of the magic because they didn't dance the same at all. They were not identical in their steps, but each had his own flair, her own uniqueness, his own character in the movement. Their differences, however, matched each other, completing a kind of symmetry and truly displaying the meaning of that often quoted but hardly lived aspiration, unity in diversity. Their moves in The Pirate include every acrobatic trick of the trade, yet they elevate each move with their natural harmony, putting a razzle-dazzle shine over what might have been just an ordinary circus routine. Soon I was deep diving into their work and came across something different. Their jumping jive dance from the 1943 film Stormy Weather, and my mind was blown. There is nothing ordinary about their dancing here. Fred Astaire called it the greatest movie dance routine ever. And if you think the compliment is too good, just watch the brothers expend their vibrant energy in an incredible display of tap dancing, stunts, splits, and pure dynamism. It's beautiful in the truest sense of the word. And I mean that because Thomas Aquinas defines beauty as the intersection of integrity, proportion, and clarity. The Nicholas brothers meet that definition of beauty, demonstrating the quality of proportion by the harmony in their complementary styles, coming together in integrity to form a perfect whole, with their talent shining forth in clarity, radiating, nay, exploding off the screen. Watching the Nicholas brothers dance, I am overcome with wonder. My mind is raised above the human plane and instinctively recognizes the spark that must come from the divine. This stamp of beauty found in them and expressed by humanity whenever a person is receptive to the divine spark, offers a trail leading back to the very source of beauty. If a single spark can do this to us, can you imagine being one of those 3 disciples during Christ's transfiguration, the moment when Jesus reveals his divinity on the mountaintop? He took those 3 disciples up with him to witness this. His divinity shines forth and dazzles those disciples. If I am so dazzled and my eyes drawn upward by the dancing of the Nicholas brothers, how much more for those who have seen the one they followed revealed as the divine God? If I am overwhelmed by the moves of man, then why should I ever be surprised by the miraculous that comes from the hands of God? In the Transfiguration, Jesus peels back the curtain to give a glimpse of his divinity. What the 3 disciples see is a physical manifestation of what is invisibly true. He is God. But to see it, their eyes are given the physical signs of a face shining as the sun and garments so dazzling white it would put any bleach to shame. The nature of being embodied and inhabiting a physical world means we need visible signs to reveal to us what is ordinarily invisible. It's the sacramental system of a sacramental world. In the signs, then, such as the beauty and majesty of creation, we find little love letters signed by God to us, love notes that are meant to build us up and eventually lead us to Him. Being made in the image and likeness of God, we as people already have the potential to be sacramental signs, living love notes of His own love. We can physically make present the invisible gifts of God through our lives. Let us not be surprised when humanity, sometimes in the most unexpected places, offers signs of the divine, and let us be attentive to the multitude of signs around us, whether it be a glorious sunset, a beautiful poem, or even a pair of dancing Nicholas brothers. This Lent, the challenge is to develop a sacramental vision so we can open our eyes, look around, and recognize God's various love letters to us as we climb the mountaintop to experience God's eternal beauty.